Chip and Joanna Gaines in serious trouble with their Christian audience, and for a pretty good reason.
Oh no, gay people in a reality show. Hello, my name is Liz Ashley, and welcome to my channel. Today, we are going to be talking about something that I found on Twitter. Yes, on Twitter. I don't go on there very often, but I've been having to go there to find, stuff to talk about. So here we are. Here we are. So right now, conservatives, they were mad at Superman, and now they're mad at Chip and Joanna Gaines. Now, the reason why is so ridiculous and it's so funny because Ben, he made a whole tweet about it. He has a whole section in his video about it. And he's like, conservatives are very mad at them for very good reasons. And I'm like, is it a good reason or is it just homophobia? Is it a good reason or is it just homophobia? I'm here to figure that out. I'm here to talk about that today. So we're going to talk about that today. But before we get into it, please like, subscribe, join my membership. I have a shop, all the things. Just continuing to grow my channel and would love to grow it even more. So yeah, thank you to everyone that's here. And let's get into it. So Chip and Joanna Gaines are... they are on, is it like HGTV? I don't know. My mom and my aunts watch a lot of the like HGTV stuff. I've never been into that. It's never been my thing. But they love it, and I'm sure they watch Chip and Joanna Gaines. And I've never really watched them, but they do the whole like house improvement, stuff like that, right? Recently, they're coming out with a new show, and it's called Back to the Frontier. And it's like this reality TV show where all these people are trying to live in the same conditions that they did back in the frontier. And so that's what they're doing.
Into the past.
These goats are out of control.
But life on the frontier,
What should we do to make this more fun for us?
Quit.
Quitting is not an option.
can they make it as 1880s homesteaders?
And apparently, I did not know this, but apparently Chip and Joanna Gaines are Christian, and I guess they talk about it, or I guess it's well known, because people seem to think what they did recently was not Christian, and they're very upset. So what is their big crime? What has made conservatives and Christians get upset with Chip and Joanna Gaines? Well, in this reality TV show, they have a gay couple. Oh my God. Shocking. They have a gay couple that has adopted children. Again, okay, I don't understand. I wanted to talk about this because it's not about them being Christian. It's not about whatever. It's gay people exist and they don't want gay people to exist. And so showing them as a regular family, because they are, in a reality TV show is somehow an offense to their beliefs, or to their, or whatever. And it's not because they're Christian. There's a lot of people who are Christian who aren't homophobic. They're using this as like a crutch to be like, oh, it's just not Christian. No, you're just homophobic. And, of course, Ben Shapiro wants to react to this and make it a big deal and like, oh, there's a good reason for them to be mad at them. He's like, oh, there's a good reason for them to be mad at them. Is there though? Is there really? Because he's like, basically what he was saying, he's like, they're Christian, and hey, if you're not Christian and you don't believe in Christianity, that's fine. Then you don't have to care. And I'm like, well, that's not true, because y'all are actively going after people's rights.
If you go to Hollywood and you don't have a very clear, long-standing track record as, for example, a religious conservative who stood stalwart in the face of left-wing aggression, there's a good shot that pretty quickly you are going to cave. At some point, you're going to cave because the pressure to be eaten up by the social values of the left in Hollywood is so extreme. And that apparently is what has happened with the Chip and Joanna Gaines show, Back to the Frontier. So according to Breitbart.com, there's a brand new show called Back to the Frontier on HGTV. Chip and Joanna Gaines, of course, present themselves as devout Christians, and a lot of their fans are Christian and faith-based, But the new series features a gay couple with adopted children. And a lot of people are upset with the gays because of this. They're saying, okay, hold up a second. You purport to be religious Christians. And this is a show that I would normally watch with my family. But now here you are normalizing what is, by any sort of traditional Christian theology, sinful behavior. Now, again, you don't have to believe any of this if you're a secular person. If you're not a Christian, maybe this doesn't matter to you. But the reality is that people who are traditionally faithful to Scripture believe that man, woman, children is the basic standard for how families form and should be the basic standard for how families form.
He continues to say that it's sinful behavior and that, they're Christians and they have a Christian base, so they should, they should placate them. They shouldn't have gay people in a reality TV show because that's sinful. It's just so insane to me. It's so insane to me. And he uses this as like the Hollywood, like once you get into Hollywood, you turn left. I don't think I would categorize them as left. I don't think they're on the left. But what I think is that maybe they're just not homophobic. I don't know. I don't know them. But like the response that Chip Gaines gives is actually kind of good. And I was surprised. They're going after Superman for being pro-immigrant. Like I just this is not about you being Christian. This is not about you. This is not about that. This is about you not wanting people to see these movies or see these things. And they'll be like, oh, I guess gay people are normal, And Ben Shapiro doesn't want that. That's the problem here. It has nothing to do with them being Christian. He's just trying to give his base some sort of credibility in being mad when they're just homophobic. And he's like, oh, well, we just don't think that they should be able to adopt children. Like, that's just sinful. Like, it's just the man and the woman and the child. And that's just what we believe. And I'm like, well, not every Christian believes that. Not every Christian believes that. But to say or to try to pawn this off as like, oh, just all Christians, we're just Christians, so that's what we believe. And I'm like, that's not true. That's not true. You are using this as a way to legitimize your bigotry. And that's it. So that was Ben's reaction. Let's talk about Chip's reaction to all of this, actually, which was better than I expected. So this is what he said, because they've been getting, everyone on Twitter is going off on them. He said, talk, ask questions, listen, maybe even learn. Too much to ask of modern American Christian culture. Judge first, understand late/never. It's sad. It's a sad Sunday when non-believers have never been confronted with hate or vitriol until they're introduced to a modern American Christian. I was surprised. I saw that response. So maybe that's why Ben Shapiro thinks like it's okay for them to be mad at them. But I'm like, no, he's just telling you the truth. He's just telling you the truth. And also, Ben Shapiro is Jewish. Sorry, I didn't mention this before. Ben Shapiro is Jewish. So actually, Jewish people don't believe this at all. A religion that you're not even a part of, to try to be bigoted against other people is a wild thing. I mean, people do it all the time with his religion. But I'm just like, sorry, that just came to me. I'm like, he's not even Christian. And that's like his whole point. Anyway, when his religion doesn't believe half the stuff that he's spouting, because Jewish people and the Jewish religion is actually really progressive. It's just so silly. But when I saw that, I was really surprised because I was like, wow. So again, they are Christians, and someone who's not a Christian, Ben Shapiro, is saying that, well, this is just what Christians believe. So to have a Christian base and then go against them is just, I mean, of course people are going to be mad at you. It's like, okay, well, not all Christians believe this. What he's saying is true. But again, I was really surprised of his response. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, hey, great, wonderful. And he's just like calling them out. He's saying, in the modern American Christian evangelical movement right now, like it's more about hatred and it's more about oppression and vitriol. That's what it is. And again, like not all Christians believe this, but unfortunately, those who are very loud about it are the ones who are making the rest of them look bad, because of things like this. And when someone who is Christian says, "Hey, I'm not gonna," no, like, gay people can be in my show. Like gay people can be in my show. Why is that a big deal? People get mad at him and are like, oh my God, you're going against our Christian values. And it's like, no, actually, he's not. He's living them out, because he's not going to sit here and hate someone because of who they love. I don't like the Bible. I'm not a fan. I did have to take classes for it in college. Anyway, but like a lot of the stuff in there about love and love thy neighbor, not hating people, and like actually taking care of immigrants and poor people, they just totally don't care about any of that. They don't look at any of that. I just thought that was a great response. It's it's wild that they're getting mad at him about this, but my whole point in wanting to cover this is that this is not about a religion. This is not about being sinful or whatever, or it doesn't, or like Ben Shapiro said, doesn't matter if you're not Christian. It does matter. There's tons of places, especially here in Missouri, where during Pride Month I would go and there was nothing. And last year there was, and this year there was not. It doesn't matter if you say, oh, if you're not Christian, it doesn't matter. No, it does. Because what you're doing and what you are gearing your base up for is to get mad at anyone who even acknowledges that gay people exist, or even acknowledges that black people exist, or even acknowledges that trans people exist, acknowledges that immigrants exist. If anybody just acknowledges that they exist in our society and portrays them in a normal manner, conservatives get upset. It's really just because they don't want these people to exist. They don't want them to be shown in media as normal people, because then if they do, no one's gonna believe all of the crap that all of these right-wing pundits put out. This kind of rhetoric does permeate into people's lives. It does permeate into people's lives and how they think and how they go about their life. That's why this does matter, because this same sentiment, this same rhetoric is the reason that trans people got taken off of the historic Stonewall site. Now, it's not Stonewall the place, and I've been there, and it's amazing. And to like walk around, there's like this little like park garden area where they have posters of all of the different people who fought for queer rights, and a lot of them being trans people. Like, trans people have been on the front lines of this fight since forever. And so the government taking trans people off of the historic retelling of that is insane. It's insane. It's bigoted. It's crazy. And then they also did that to bi people, and it is going to keep going. And so for Ben to be like, oh, it doesn't matter, blah, 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 that's not true, because this has real repercussions in our government. Your religion should not have repercussions in our government. They should not be rewriting history, even though they've been doing it forever. Just because you don't like gay people doesn't mean that you can rewrite their history. So I think it's insane, and they're just going to keep going. And so to all of the people in the LGBTQIA plus community who think that they can sit here and want to be judgmental about trans people or about bi people, just know that they're also coming for you. Like if you are in the LGBTQ community, you cannot sit here and be like, well, I just believe in LGBTQ, like I just without the T, without the B, whatever, or going after those people. It's like ridiculous. It's ridiculous. We are all in one group. We should all be together and not be sitting here going after people in our own group because you think that that'll make you less of a target to the fascists. No, it's not going to make you less of a target. You're just allowing them to go after everyone. You're allowing them to do this. To go after bi people, to go after trans people when you are in the same community is insane. And a lot of people do this because they think that the fascists won't come after them. That maybe if they're just agreeable, then, they'll be fine. You won't. You're not going to be. As you can see, even people who are Christian who just have gay people in their reality show are not exempt. That's my thoughts. That's what's going on. This is so ridiculous in so many different ways. That's the video. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, all the things. Thank you so much for watching. Seriously, I really appreciate you being here. Tell me what you think below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Shout out to my members. Thank you to all my members. We have Troy Roberto and Queen of Daydreams. Thank you so much for supporting me. It means the world to me, honestly. And if you want to get a shout out, please join my membership and support my channel. Bye.